Welcome to the elets Knowledge Exchange Goa, sir. We have with us Mr. Manish Tiwari, who is the National Security Officer of Microsoft India. So we would like to know your opinion about the huge IT initiatives being taken by the government of India, and also the involvement of IT in the several sectors of operation in the country.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. I think there has been a paradigm shift in the manner in which the government of India has brought the focus on information technology as an enabler and as a means of primarily bringing services onto the common man. It is also a means of bringing about transparency and efficiency into the system, which I think is very important if we really wish to make long strides and fast progress in this huge country. So the Digital India initiative, which has been very clearly spelt out by the Prime Minister, is a game changer. And the interesting thing to note is that it embraces disruptive technologies like cloud and big data analytics. Because as you're aware that the Digital India program, the very key to its success would be the ability to really exploit disruptive technologies like cloud computing. The government has been investing in information technology and IT initiatives in a very big way. The second sort of key area, or rather the priority for the Prime Minister, has been in the field of cybersecurity. And that is very interesting because cybersecurity till now has been a reasonably neglected field, but in India for the last 6-7 years it has really caught people's attention, and rightly so. So the government of India has recently appointed Dr. Gulshan Rai, the erstwhile DG CERT, as the National Cybersecurity Coordinator, which is a very, very important step in the overall coordination of national cybersecurity initiatives for protection of the national critical information infrastructure. Going one step forward, the government of India, under the Prime Minister's leadership, also wants our country to primarily become a center for R&D activities pertaining to research in cybersecurity. And I think at this juncture there is a lot of debate going on as to how we should go about doing, because wanting something is good, but the real challenge is translating that into actionable issues on ground. So there's a lot of debate going on within the industry and within government circles, and between the industry and the government circles, as to what should be done in order to make India an R&D center, a research and development center for cybersecurity initiatives, for making cybersecurity products, and actually making India the obvious choice for companies and organizations abroad to turn to when wanting to basically secure their IT infrastructure. So there are a lot of initiatives. I think we are on the cusp of a sort of an IT revolution. I know this, we have seen this many times in the past 2.5 decades, but I think this one is really the one, particularly with disruptive technologies like cloud computing on the rise, because these are the ones which are going to make our cities smarter, which have the ability of actually bringing quality services to the poor and the masses in this country.
Needless to say that Microsoft is one of the global giants in IT. We would like to know about some of your key projects which are in the pipeline, which will boost these initiatives regarding IT in the times to come.
Sure. As they say, Microsoft has been a big participant in bringing information technology to the desktop, which is basically to the common masses. So when computing was still a very, very expensive proposition, I think one of the greatest things that Microsoft has done in this world is having actually brought computing to the desktop, to the masses. and that is a philosophy which has not changed. So Microsoft is a company that focuses very clearly on improving people's lives, and we have now got a new philosophy, or rather we have a new take on cloud first and mobile first. So cloud, of course, indicates this new technology of cloud computing, which allows you to be mobile in your computing requirements. And when it comes to mobile, it's not just about mobile phones, but it's about mobility. It's the ability to access your information from anywhere, anytime. And I think this is a game changer. Having said so, Microsoft is not the only one. There are many others in this field. But what Microsoft is doing is partnering with many so-called partners to provide solutions, smart solutions. So I think Microsoft's interest today actually goes just beyond cloud computing. It is also focused on smart cities, what we refer to as the city next within Microsoft, as well as the smart grid. And as you're aware, when it comes to India, two of the most pressing requirements or problems or challenges is better infrastructure and the issue of energy. So India is dependent to a large extent on energy which is generated through oil imports, and we do have a huge coastline. We have an abundance of solar or sun energy, and it is high time that we exploited these God-given gifts. And Microsoft is a very, very strong partner in both these sectors. So one is, of course, the smart grid project, and for this country and for this government, rightly so, energy efficiency is one of its top priorities, and Microsoft is right up there in the front, along with its partner ecosystem in setting up the smart grid for the nation. Smart cities, we all live in cities, and we want better infrastructure within cities, we want better efficiency, we want better security. So primarily the smart city concept is about making all these things more efficient and smarter. Our cities are crowded, in many cases they are crumbling, so energy deficient. And I think this whole concept of smart city, which is nothing but an amalgamation of various technologies interlinked, has the capability of a huge transformation in the quality of lives of ordinary citizens living in these cities of ours. So these are two focus areas using various technologies that Microsoft finds is focusing on right now. Yeah.
The last thing that we would like to know is, like, as a part of this summit in Goa, Let's Knowledge Exchange Goa, we would like to know your experience, wherein we have tried to get the key stakeholders and the policymakers under one roof. We would like to know your experience out of it.
I have one word to say: it's fantabulous. For the reason that it is not just the bureaucracy or the political leadership of Goa, but there has been an amazing amount of participation from the bureaucracy of other states as well, particularly those decision makers who have been involved in key projects, where they have come here all the way from various states. And they have shared their experience and in one room, under one roof. So in that sense, to put something together, I can understand is a big challenge, and I congratulate elets for having done so. So it's been very nice. Secondly, on the initiative of the Goa government, as you're aware that today they've announced the draft IT policy, which is very, very forward looking. I wish this had come 10 years back, because we would have had so much time, but it's better late than never. I think Goa is one of the most beautiful states in the country, and I appreciate the successive Goa government's initiative to basically keep the state clean and not allow polluting industries to really come in this place. And I think IT, with its very high literacy, and it's being one of the best in terms of infrastructure in the country, I think the potential for Goa to be a real IT hub is very, very good. And some of the SOPs and some of the initiatives and some of the concessions which the Goa government has announced as part of its draft IT policy is indeed very, very forward looking. And I do hope that this succeeds, because if there is one state which should be riding the IT bandwagon, it is Goa, and it's a clean technology. So that's my take on that.
Thank you, Manish, for your beautiful opinions.